4 years ago, we planted the native plants in the boulevard. That was sparked by the fact that there had been a lot in the news about colony collapse disorder with honeybees, and in my research about what was happening with the honeybees, I came across the fact that although honeybees were in trouble and struggling, they had beekeepers who were helping support them and getting the queens through the winter in the hive, thriving the next year. In my research, I found out that the native bees were more at risk because no one was tending their needs and helping them through whatever impact was sharing in their declining numbers. So the next year we had to cut down a really large tree that used to be just behind me, and in the processes of that we opened up the yard to sun. So then it was, how can we use this space for food as well as supporting bees and other pollinators? So we did raised beds, we planted a lot of borage, a lot of herbs that support bees and pollinators, as well as food for my husband and I as well, so tomatoes and basil and whatnot. So it was a bit of a progression. We also 3 years ago started a common milkweed garden, which is at the end of the deck there. I feel hopeful when I see the bees coming to this yard. And you hear so much negativity in the news and or in media releases about our pollinators and the stresses they're under. So I do feel helpful. I think that one person can make a big difference in a very small area of land. One of my thinking or my mantras is that every person living in the city should have at least one native plant in their yard. So I try to collect seeds and make sure that I get them started for the next year, and I give them out and share them with people who are interested. And I mean, one plant can make a big difference. So actually, this is the first time I've been included in the tour, and it was because of the bee pollination focus, the bee pollinator focus. One of my pet interests is bumblebees. I really enjoy bumblebees. So a lot of the flowers that are behind me, a lot of them are borage, which is an herb that supports bees with a really great source of rich carbohydrate nectar. So that's where I think I really have a chance to meditate and just relax in my garden, is sitting and watching the bees at the borage. The dill is a host plant for swallowtail butterflies, so there's lots of caterpillars in there. Plus we make dill pickles, so lots of dill for that. I know, garlic dill pickles. So, but yeah, just any of the plants. I try to pick plants that have a purpose as far as either being a host plant or having a flower that produces really rich nectar or pollen. And it just gives me satisfaction to see that they're actually, I think it's planted and they will come. So we get a lot of different variety in our yard.